Welcome to How to Rock Spirit's Sun Moon Alchemy series. This audio was compiled and recorded by Dustin Cormier, a Leo Ascendant Scorpio with Sagittarius Moon, born in the year of the Metal Ram. All the possible Western Sun and Moon sign combinations can be found and learned about here. This information is for educational purposes only. I do not own any of the following content. For more astrology lectures and my own Cosmic Consciousness audio lecture series, check out How to Rock Spirit's YouTube channel, where I rap about everything from philosophy and transpersonal psychology, to psychedelic spirituality, to tantric and occult mysticism, and even to Marx and Engels and the materialist sciences. See you there! Sun in an air sign. Basically motivated by intellectual concepts and social ideals. Recharges energy through social involvement and intellectual stimulation. The Sun in the Signs, Interpretive Guidelines. Sun in Aquarius. Creative energy is directed towards society's welfare and theoretical concepts, especially through innovation. Radiates friendly, people-oriented mental energy, often with a tinge of extremism. Urge to be and to create is colored by freedom, eccentricity, and experimentation. Essentially values humanity and the world of the intellect, with the need to find what's right or true. Expression of individuality can be deterred by self-effacement, over-concentration on duty, or aimless rebellion. The Moon sign and its element. These notes are also still from Stephen Arroyo's Chart Interpretation Handbook. The element of the moon's sign represents an attunement from the past that manifests automatically, a mode of feeling and being that one needs to be aware of in order to feel inwardly secure and at home with oneself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. By such modes of self-expression, you are satisfying a deep inner need that can give stability to your entire personality. The moon's element also shows how you react instinctively to all experiences, with what energy you spontaneously adjust yourself to the flow of life. Moon in air signs. Reacts to changing experiences with forethought and objective evaluation. Feels comfortable with self when expressing ideas and interacting socially. Sign position of the moon. How one reacts based on subconscious predisposition. Moon in Libra. Reacts with objectivity to the environment and all experiences with a strongly developed sense of fairness. Thinks before reacting. Weighs all sides of a situation, which can contribute to indecisiveness. Finding balance and harmonization of polarities is necessary for emotional tranquility. Eager to please and to see the other's point of view. Feels secure when involved in close relationships, uncomfortable being alone for long. Emphasis on gracious demeanor can inhibit spontaneity of emotional reactions and real intimacy. The following information comes from Isabel Hickey's Astrology, a Cosmic Science, copyright 1992 by Isabel M. Hickey Trust. Moon in Libra. Gentle people, elusive sweetness masking a masculine strength. Ambitious, but dependent too. Home ties very important. Unconscious motivation to be undisturbed by any friction, but peace at any price is hard to achieve because of the masculinity of Libra. Not apt to stand up for a principle if Mars isn't strong, for they want to be liked by everyone, so they are apt to be all things to all people. If Mars is afflicted to the moon, they will fight blindly rather than intelligently. Need for purification where motives are concerned. Need to be honest with themselves as well as with others. And a male chart attracts a positive type of feminine that will want to run the ship. Sun-Moon Alchemy. The elemental combinations of the sun sign and the moon sign. The following information comes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign. Copyright Charles and Susie Harvey, 1994, again in 2003. First published by Aquarius in 1994. Each sun-moon type is a combination of elements. In the following descriptions of the element combinations, please remember that the pairing can be either way around. For example, a fire-earth combination refers equally to sun-fire, moon-earth, as it does to sun-earth, moon-fire. There will be subtle differences, but the dynamic is generally the same. The four pure types, with both sun and moon in the same element, most vividly express the element involved. Such an emphasis on one element also represents an imbalance, so such types are liable to swing into their complementary or opposite element. Air-air combinations. Intelligent, gracious ladies and thoughtful gentlemen, double air types are the most reasonable, civilized, clear-headed of combinations. They are probably the most cultured and elegant as well, never at a loss for a word or comment, always ready for discussion and reasoned argument and debate. Being told this will not go to their head, for they are not normally prone to self-importance. That would be far too illogical for their poised and intelligent approach to life. The double air type assumes independence as his birthright. To be able to move and connect with ideas and people is the stuff of life for them. Witty, cerebral, urbane, and polite, the double air type is a natural communicator and thinker who prefers to soar in the ideal realm, where they can build social, political, or philosophical schemes that help improve humankind's lot. A thinker par excellence, the double air type finds security in taking the broad, intelligent viewpoint and stepping back in order to see the patterns and principles at work in the whirlwind of life's activities. They are an observer and theorizer of life, and their faith in the power of ideas is well exhibited by the British economist John Maynard Keynes, the sun in Gemini, the moon in Gemini, who said, "The ideas of economists and political philosophers, both when they are right and when they are wrong, are more powerful than is commonly understood. Indeed, the world is ruled by little else." This detached, observant mode is useful, but it often earns this type the accusation of being cold and unfeeling. Although others may experience double air in this way, the strongly airy individual insists, often at considerable length, that he is only doing what comes naturally, questioning, examining, and remaining open, fair-minded, friendly, and harmonious, and above all, communicating with whoever will listen and discuss. Shadow side. The double air type labors under the illusion that there is such a thing as complete objectivity and perfect impartiality. He is utterly honorable and, alas, childlike in his attempt to understand, analyze, and name everything. Childlike in that his feeling for life, because it is such a conundrum to him, tends to remain immature, undeveloped, and very often unconscious. The whole range of human feelings, hurt, anger, jealousy, dependence, fear, love, hate, tend to be avoided, repressed, or played down with great agility. The only possible exception is cheerfulness, which air is particularly good at. The rejection of the feeling dimension makes this type curiously sensitive and vulnerable to the waywardness of human behavior. The strongly airy individual can therefore be a real challenge in a relationship. It is not easy being the only one admitting to all those unpleasant and uncontrollable feelings, while your airy mate looks on with a cool, nonchalant, and maddeningly debonair gaze. The double airy individual weaves clever arguments, so you have to be subtle and careful when you try to bring his feelings to his attention. Relationships. The double air person is an adventurer and a traveler, if not geographically, then intellectually in some way. They will usually meet a wide variety of people throughout their lives and be attracted to adventuresome souls. Communication is paramount for this type, and they need mental rapport and mutual respect in a relationship for it to be satisfying and long-lasting. Air is compatible with Earth, and they make a good team, for they both approach life logically and practically. Fire and air stimulate each other in the realm of ideas and possibilities, but this relationship could lack stability and burn itself out. Air is fascinated by the watery individual, whose predominant feeling mode will help the airy person to get in touch with his mysterious emotions and to develop his imagination. Airy thinking and watery feeling are opposites, and yet because of that very fact, they are intensely drawn to one another. Male versus female. Traditionally, we expect to see the objective, witty, thinking characteristics of the double air type in men whose intellects make them leaders of thought and action. Women of this type are just as independent, inquisitive, and extroverted, and rebel when others try to peg them into more traditional female roles. Adaptability, ingenuity, and handling people with cunning insight and skill are double air virtues, and the female of this type can employ these qualities in both the home and the marketplace. Both sexes are often drawn towards learning and communication, as well as professional activities that allow for maximum freedom of movement and travel. The following observations about your Sun-Moon combination are drawn from insights gained from astrologer Jefferson Anderson's book, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, an observation of many different individuals. The writing itself comes from Mantak Chia and William U. Wei's Cosmic Astrology. Copyright 2012 by North Star Trust, published by Destiny Books. Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Libra. Utopian. You treat everyone with acceptance, respect, and kindness, and most people respond very well. You believe in the fundamental goodness of humanity. Admiration and appreciation are the results of your optimistic approach to life. Even though you are trusting and pleasant, confusion takes over when you learn that not everyone possesses your standards of honesty. You are a bit unruffled and detached. Nevertheless, you have a lot of allure and magnetism in your combination. Your resourcefulness and innovation are focused on dreamy, social, and artistic enterprises. You are comparatively free of psychological issues because you state everything you perceive with complete openness and frankness. You are a very symmetrical combination, and all of your many talents can find constructive expression. Moreover, you are very optimistic. Others, more astute and crafty, pass by you in life, and you probably find yourself watching this uncomprehendingly. You have high ideals, but not everyone else does. You need to develop a more pragmatic viewpoint. Your nature is a dichotomy because while you love stillness and inner peace, you are also very high-strung and feel a regular desire to be active. Therefore, your requirement for harmony can be elusive. One of your best assets is your imagination. Your mind is very visual, and you have a very active fantasy life. Just do not lose yourself completely to fantasy. The source of many unreasonable fears might be your overworked imagination. On the other hand, if given the correct focal point and discipline, your imagination can be successfully applied in lots of artistic and creative activities, chiefly music. Human relations work might also be something you like. A socially oriented person is the result of your combination. Friends are critically important to you, and your social atmosphere often determines your self-image. You should be able to have a positive self-image if you have strong and supportive relationships. Tension and conflict really upset your emotional well-being because you are a peace-loving individual. Attempt to be in a work and home situation that is as free of stress as can be. You need to get away sometimes for self-contemplation and meditation. In your frenetic social involvements, you can nearly completely lose your essence and individuality. Notes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign, Moon Sign. As for the men in power, they are so anxious to establish the myth of infallibility that they do their utmost to ignore truth. Boris Pasternak, fellow native of Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Libra. Your greatest strengths. Lively, far-reaching intellect which works with principles easily and sees life from endlessly new vantage points. Refined sociability and global interest in people, places, and purposes. Romantic idealism and intelligent kindness which ennobles all you do and endears you to friends. Integrity and colorful persuasiveness which impels others to look again at the old beliefs they hold so dear. Your greatest weaknesses. Overly intellectual and abstract approach to life. Romantic idealism and emotional naivety which invites infidelity and disillusionment. Lack of stamina and dislike of imperfection which keeps you out of the main fray of human life and distance from your real power. Images for integration. Anarchists form a committee to overthrow the tyranny of committees. Good friends fall in love and get married.